TikTok is the fastest growing social media platform in the history of mankind, in the history of the internet. But should your business be on TikTok? And is there actually a way to generate sales from a presence on TikTok so it's not just a fun thing you're doing on the side, but it's actually driving growth in your business? We're going to talk about that in this episode. Welcome back to the Honest Marketing Podcast, where you learn proven strategies to grow your business without selling your soul or doing choreographed dances, potentially. I'm your host, Travis Albritton, and today we're talking about TikTok. It's the elephant in the room in the social media space. It's the fastest growing social media platform in the world. And now that it has matured beyond 16-year-olds dancing to music videos, there's an opportunity here potentially for you and your business to take advantage of the platform in order to actually drive business results and to drive growth for your business. And we're going to talk a little bit about demographics and things like that in this episode. And one of the key things that has happened recently in the last couple of years is that TikTok actually evolved from what it originally was, Musical.ly, so literally making music videos with your friends. It then turned into a video sharing platform that really pioneered the vertical video format, short vertical videos, which are now Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Facebook has vertical videos now. They're everywhere as we've become a mobile dominant social media experience. And users have gotten older. So typically social media platforms will start younger. Think Snapchat, TikTok. It's your 14-year-old that discovers something with their friends and they like it because their parents aren't on there yet. But then over time, it matures in the same way that Snapchat did, that Instagram became older. Facebook started as a platform for college students, and now it's, the old fogies, so to speak, that are on Facebook, though I'm on Facebook too, so I put myself in that category. And so if you're outside of a more professionally focused platform like LinkedIn, then TikTok is one of those up-and-comers that is gradually aging, where the demographics of the users are getting older, which means opportunity because older users have disposable income. Your 13-year-old probably can't purchase a product from you on their own, but a 35-year-old mom, absolutely. But rather than saying TikTok is good, TikTok is bad, you should use it, you shouldn't use it, everything is nuanced, and your business may come to a different conclusion than my business or somebody else's business. So rather than coming out and saying, this is what I think about TikTok, let's instead run through 6 questions that are particularly relevant for TikTok that will help you decide if it's the best thing for you to focus on for 2023. And the first question, probably the most important question, are your customers there? Do the people that do business with you and buy things from you spend time on TikTok? 47.4% of users in the United States are under 30. I'm talking about daily active users. What that means is 52.6% are over 30. So while TikTok is certainly skewed younger compared to other social media platforms, it's not like it's just teenagers anymore. Over half of daily active users are over 30. And so there's certainly an opportunity there for businesses. 57% of daily active users in the United States are of the female persuasion, 43% male. And so if you have a visual brand or if your clientele, your customer base tends to be more female oriented, then TikTok can be a great opportunity. If you do sell fashion direct to consumer, if you have a kind of publication or you do a lot of business with women and they tend to gravitate towards your business over others, then there are a lot of women over 30 on TikTok that you could create content and appeal to. So everyone's on TikTok, essentially, is the bottom line. Are your customers there? More than likely. Number 2, the second question to consider before deciding if TikTok is a good investment for your business. How would it fit into your marketing? How would TikTok fit into your current marketing plan? Because it's always a great idea. Like, hey, let's start a TikTok. Let's start a podcast. Let's do a YouTube channel. Let's make a blog. And these are all great ideas in isolation, but there's always a context to them. There's other things you could be doing, and it's fitting into a bigger puzzle, right? TikTok would just be one piece in the big puzzle of your marketing plan. And so consider if you listen to the episode that we did on content marketing and the first piece of content every business needs, we talked about the 5 stages of awareness that customers typically go through when they're making a purchasing decision. And if you're creating content, you want to be speaking to predominantly those early stages to lead them to your website where you can close the deal. And so if you have a strategy around client acquisition, customer acquisition, whether that's organic or paid strategies, consider where TikTok would fall into that. For the most part, for most businesses, you're going to be focused on the earlier stages of awareness where they don't know who you are, or they know that there's a problem in their life and there may be a solution out there. You're typically going to gear your content in that direction. And so if there's an opportunity, if you have a hole there in your marketing and you want to leverage social media to get some organic reach for your business, and you're a business that can do business anywhere, you're not hyper localized, then TikTok can be a great fit. The other thing to consider too with content is that it typically sits on a spectrum between educational material and entertainment, for lack of better words. This is true for YouTube content. This is true for blogs. This is true for podcasts. Typically, when someone is going to watch or listen or read something, they're going to learn something or to be entertained. And so you want to consider, as it fits into your marketing scheme and your marketing plan, what side of the spectrum are you going to lean into? Is your brand more about fun? Is it more about energy? Is it more about youth and doing adventurous things? Then you would want your TikTok content to lean into that energy and that approach. So you'd want to be more focused on hopping onto trends on the platform, doing the dancing stuff, because that is what works on that platform, and that'll be in alignment with your brand. If not, if you are more of a B2B oriented business, or if you do business with, older folks, then the entertainment might be there, but really they're looking for helpful information that's condensed and curated in a bite-sized format. That would be the value that your business, that your brand would bring to the table, that you can watch a 60-second video and I'm going to break something down and explain something so that you understand it better. And if it helps you solve a problem, you might look to us to help solve other problems, right? So when you're thinking about how TikTok fits into your marketing strategy and how it could potentially fit in your marketing strategy, it's, what stage of awareness, how early on do we want to meet people with our content strategy? And then once you decide, okay, this is something we want to do we want to lean to the entertainment side of content or the educational side of content? And I'll link that episode that I'm referring to in the show notes below. So if you haven't watched or listened to that one, highly, highly recommend it. A great resource if you're getting started in content marketing. So that's question number 2. How would TikTok fit into your existing marketing plan? Question number 3 is, do you have the expertise in-house to pull this off? Or will you need to outsource it? And expertise when it comes to TikTok could be as simple as finding a young college intern that loves the platform and would be interested in creating content for your business. It could be as simple as that. Somebody that's either on your sales team or your marketing team, someone that's personable, somebody that loves being on camera, that can host great conversations with people, and they're already using the platform. They're already familiar with the tools. They're already familiar with the limitations, how to make content that fits the platform. That's the biggest hurdle with TikTok. Because for a lot of businesses, a lot of brands, where the dominant social media platform is either LinkedIn or Instagram, it's highly curated. You see a lot of professionally designed graphics. You see a lot of things that are polished. TikTok tends to trend in the opposite direction, where the videos that perform the best are the ones that are just shot on somebody's iPhone, and they're stitched together and there's some energy and some music to it, but there's nothing special about it. You're not recording it on a professional camera. You're just using your phone. And so you have to lean into those limitations if you really want your content to perform. And identifying somebody within your company that could be a great face of the company, a great spokesperson for you, that also has the technical skills and the desire to create TikTok content for your company, that's who you're looking for. You're not looking for someone who, is a seasoned marketer. You're looking for somebody who knows TikTok and knows how to create content for TikTok. But if you don't have that person on your team, you're going to be looking at an outside agency. And there are pros and cons to that. The pro is that you will typically find agencies that cater to businesses, and so they'll be familiar with, driving sales and some of the ROI that businesses are typically looking for. But they're going to be reliant on you for recording the content if they know what they're doing. They're not going to try and record it themselves. They want to feature you and your business, unless it's a faceless video. And it costs money. And so unless you can, if you're in a position, and we're going to get into this a little bit later, where you have some extra budget to throw towards, a marketing plan that could take off or crash and burn and it doesn't kill your business, maybe TikTok's a good experiment. But I have not heard a lot of great things about TikTok agencies. I'm not saying they're not out there. I just haven't heard a lot of great things. So if you can find somebody who's hungry inside your company already, or if you know somebody who'd be interested in coming on and kind of being a TikTok person, it can be a great experiment for you. The number 4 question that every business should ask themselves before they jump on TikTok: is it a viable paid acquisition channel? So I didn't know if you knew this, but TikTok actually has an advertising platform, a sponsor platform. And that's how a lot of social media companies will make money. Facebook has Facebook ads, Instagram has Instagram ads, Snapchat, you can sponsor stories. Like there's all kinds of different ways that these companies make money. And it's typically selling content. You're paying TikTok to show your video to somebody over a different video. And that's really how it plays out. What's really important to identify is that TikTok ads are much closer in the way that they behave to programmatic digital rather than direct response. So if you're familiar with the paid acquisition world, direct response would be Google search. Somebody is searching for something, you pay to have your link at the top of the search results, they click it, there's a direct response there. With TikTok, you're looking at programmatic digital, where now you're looking at brand lifts, that you're just trying to get in front of your potential customers. You're just trying to put yourself in front of their internet browsing or app experience. And there's not necessarily a direct call to action for them after they watch the video. It's more about, hey, we're a brand or we're a company that does X, Y, and Z. And that's it. And then they move on. And if you solve a problem or if you communicate the problems you solve effectively enough, you'll stick around in their head and they'll come find you later. That's really more how TikTok advertising works rather than sign up for this webinar, make this purchase, that kind of stuff. And so because of that, it's very content creative driven. You're not, doing these A/B tests where you say, we're going to do this video, we're going to do this video, we're going to see which one generates more sales. You're not usually doing that with TikTok content. Instead, you're looking at, how do we pump out as much content as we can that's relevant for the kind of people that want to do business with us, and we're just going to see where it goes. Because at the end of the day, you're relying on the TikTok algorithm, for the most part, to get you in front of the right people, and then you're using ads to boost the content that works. That's the strategy that will work the best if you lean into this paid acquisition channel. But think of it like digital programmatic, where you're sponsoring blog posts, or you're doing banner ads or placements, things like that, where somebody may click, they may look to your website, but you're not tracking attribution in the same way. Same with TikTok. You're thinking about it more in that brand lift kind of category versus the direct response category. And so if that's what you're focused on, you're trying to get brand lift in key demos where there's a heavy influence on TikTok, or a lot of your user base or client base is on TikTok, then it could be a great investment. It can be a great experiment to put your business out there as someone who's creating content on that platform. And TikTok does have really good organic reach when you kind of have all the stars align and you get picked up by the algorithm. But those views typically are more ephemeral. They don't lead to a lot of retention. So because TikTok is a content first platform, not a user first platform. And so people are looking for types of content, not individual creators. And so you might have a video that goes exceptionally viral, get a couple million views, and you'll get some followers from that, but not as much as you would think. And then once they follow you, there's no guarantee that they're going to see new stuff that you put out every single time you upload a video. So it really is more of a brand lift kind of play. But if you have some money to throw into that space and you have the person to do it, it could be a good opportunity for you. But don't see it as a paid acquisition channel where you're going to spend money and then make money. Which brings us to question number 5. What kind of return on investment do you need to consider TikTok a success for your business? Now, not all ROI is monetary. Your motivations for doing TikTok don't have to be profit driven, but ask yourself, do you want to attribute sales to your social media presence? Is it about getting customers? Is it about having a footprint so when they reach out and direct message the company on Instagram or wherever, that you have your customers support team in there interacting with people? Is it just about having a footprint to, become legitimized in the eyes of your customers? If they go and they see you're on Instagram, they see you're on TikTok, and so they consider you to be a more legitimate company over maybe some of your competitors that aren't there. How are you measuring the ROI of TikTok, and how would you determine it to be a success? This is really important because with social media, it's easy to say, okay, we're going to do social media because we have to do social media, quote unquote, have to. We'll talk about that here in a second. But then there's no clear, definitive goal or tangible direction that you're pursuing. You're just kind of doing it to do it because other people said it's a good idea. And so ask yourself, like, what are you really hoping to get out of this? What would make it successful? If it's not sales driven, let's say that you got 10,000 followers on TikTok. Is that success? Well, it depends. It depends. If you need 2 new customers a year in order to be a 7-figure business, then yeah, 10,000 people following you could lead to those 1 to 2 sales a year. But if it doesn't, then you need to reconsider what your intent is, what your goal is, and make sure that you realign your strategy with your goal. So when you're thinking about, should your business be on TikTok? It's like, well, what are you hoping to get out of it? And if what you're hoping to get out of it aligns with what TikTok does exceptionally well, then it could be a good strategy. If not, then maybe it'd be better to do something else, which brings us to the final question that every business should ask themselves before they jump out of TikTok, which is, what is the opportunity cost of TikTok? Because TikTok can be a great idea, but it comes at the expense of resources that could be used for other ideas that you're not executing yet, right? And so if you have some kind of marketing strategy beyond word of mouth, beyond people telling people about your business, there's always an infinite number of things you could be doing, right? You could have a blog. You could be focused on Instagram over TikTok or LinkedIn over TikTok. You could be doing content. You could be doing video. You could be doing audio. You could even be doing direct mailers, like sending people mail in their mailbox. It still works for some industries and for some companies. And so consider, what are the other opportunities that are in front of you that you're thinking about? And is TikTok the most compelling out of those opportunities? Is that the best next thing for you to execute? If you need more sales right now, meaning we don't have enough revenue coming in the door and we need to generate more sales quickly, and you have a mechanism to do that profitably, then you should be focusing on Facebook and Google ads, period, full stop, or the paid ads wherever your customers are. If it's B2B, LinkedIn ads. If you want to focus on deepening connections with your audience, growing an internet audience that is going to be sticky and resilient, and you tend to have a longer sales cycle, so it's not direct response in the sense of I see an ad, I click something, and within 30 seconds I've made a purchase. If it's a more considered purchase, if it's a higher ticket item, then you want to focus on podcast or YouTube content where you're creating how-to videos and you're explaining things and breaking things down so that when people are in the info gathering stage, your company is prominent, and then when they're ready to make a purchase, you become their go-to answer for whatever problem they have. Go back to the first piece of content every business needs to make episode where we do a deeper dive into that. But if you're looking for just like brand lift and exposure and where can we put content online where there's a lot of organic reach, where we don't have to pay to promote it and it could potentially get in front of millions of people that could become customers one day, and you have the resources to invest in that kind of marketing effort, TikTok is probably the best thing you can do right now. Because even when it comes to programmatic digital and things like that, those are more mature platforms. And so you have a lot more competition. They're more well-known. They're more established. TikTok is still an up-and-comer. There are still a lot of businesses that aren't on there because they're focused on some of those other marketing efforts. And so if you have the luxury of saying, we're going to devote resources to brand lift, to just general awareness of who we are and what we do, and you have a significant amount of potential customers that are on TikTok, then yeah, it can be a great opportunity. But just make sure that what you need right now and for 2023, what your goals are, align with what TikTok does well, which is get you a lot of exposure to a lot of people for 15 seconds, potentially. That's the promise of TikTok. So let's run through those 6 questions again. And hopefully this just kind of gives you a framework to think about not just TikTok, but other opportunities as they come up, whether it be podcast or YouTube or social media or paid ads or affiliate launches or whatever it is, right? You can work through these different questions that will help you qualify an opportunity and if it's a good opportunity for you. So question number 1, are your customers there on the platform? Do they exist there? If so, then yes, it could be an opportunity for you to dig into TikTok. If they're not, for whatever platform you're considering, it doesn't matter how good you execute the marketing strategy because you're not going to be reaching the people that you're trying to reach. Question number 2, how would TikTok fit into your existing marketing strategy? Do you have clarity on that? Do you have an answer for that? And if not, spend some time thinking about it. Question number 3, do you have the expertise in-house in order to pull off a TikTok experiment? Do you have somebody with the technical chops and the hunger to want to create TikTok content for your business? Or do you need to find an outside agency? And what would be your budget for doing that? And that'll be tied to the ROI question here in a minute. But number 3 is, do you have the expertise in-house already, or do you need to find an outside agency to do it? Number 4, can TikTok be a viable paid acquisition channel for your business? So depending on how large the purchases are for people that want to do business with you, that will determine quite a bit. Your key demo that you go after, if it's 18 to 24, TikTok is pretty good. If it's 45 and up, maybe less effective. People are there, but the purchasing decisions and how they go in that journey with you may be different. So just consider, like, if you're going to do TikTok ads, is there a tangible ROI attached to them somehow, some way? Or do you just want to kind of rely on the organic algorithm? Question number 5, what ROI do you need to consider TikTok a success? Is it sales related? Is it brand related? Is it reputation related? What is it? How would you decide that TikTok was a successful venture for your business and you want to continue to double down on it? Get super clear on that target and that goal. And then number 6, what is the opportunity cost of TikTok for your business? What could you be doing instead of TikTok using that same pool of resources, and which one is more beneficial or more helpful for you right now? That is the 6th question. So if you can run through all 6 of those questions, and after considering everything, say, you know what? I think TikTok could be really good for us in 2023. And I think we either do have somebody in-house, or I know somebody who could be great at this, and we feel like this could be a great opportunity. Absolutely lean into it. Consider 2023 the year of TikTok. But if not, feel free to completely ignore TikTok altogether. Your business can continue to grow and thrive and be successful without TikTok, without a TikTok account, without the CEO or the owner doing dancing videos or explainer videos on TikTok. Whenever we see these platforms come up and they start growing really quickly, or there's a lot of buzz around them, there tends to be a lot of FOMO attached to it as well, right? A fear of missing out, that, you know, every day that goes by that you're not on the platform, you're missing out on hyper growth in some sense of the word. But that's never true. That's never true in the real sense, because there's always an opportunity cost to the resources that you have, whether that's time or money. And so if after considering TikTok, you decide, you know what, maybe this is the year we do the podcast. We have a longer sales cycle. We want to maintain a stickier audience. We want to reinforce the connection we have with our existing clients and customers and turn them into brand advocates for us. Then podcast could be great. YouTube could be great. Blog could be great. So don't feel like you're missing out if you decide that TikTok isn't the right thing for your business to focus on right now, and give yourself the ability to change your mind later if things change. So hopefully that was a helpful framework to work through. Is TikTok a good idea for you and your business? Now, if thinking about your content calendar, thinking about the content marketing and the marketing you want to do for your business, if a podcast or YouTube content is in that equation somewhere and you're kind of getting stuck with the starting process, feel free to reach out to me at honestpodcasts.com. You can grab some space on my calendar and we'll work through your business, if a podcast could be helpful for you, how a podcast could be helpful for you, and help you make the right choice and an educated choice about whether this is the year to focus on podcast content and YouTube content or something else. So just go to honestpodcast.com or click the link in the description below, and I'd love to interact with you and help you work through that scenario. Well, I hope this video and this episode was super helpful. As always, be honest.